Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. In the last episode, we began exploring the second floor on our efforts, I believe, to get back over to this side of the mansion to complete some quests and/or finish off some quests. And we got distracted by, well, a rather not difficult to acquire quest, but one we don't get to do very often. One against, or rather that involved this amazing shrine here. Dr. Whom, when last we left off, I believe was looking pretty good, with 7 wands, 7 pentacles. That's fairly good. He's on his way to learning more spells. His edge is looking pretty good as well. We picked up quite a few of them in the last episode. Mostly I'm hoping to take advantage of Braveheart so we can actually begin using some of our feats a little more often with the reduced courage cost. We got an extra clue token, that's right. Lots of nice minus target levels. And we have quite a few quests to still complete, as you can see. Wow, tons of them actually. For equipment, did we pick up anything new last time? I think we picked up at least one of those spells in the last episode as well. And calm sidestep to help us against traps. We also have been discovering that the doors are particularly nasty. Adorkable, you left a comment I greatly agree with in the last episode of how frustrating the game can be because you're not rewarded for doing well, you're punished by the game continually to increase the difficulty on you. It does make the game rather difficult, and it's one of the reasons why I do not recommend people pick up the Occult Chronicles. I like this game. I play this game once a year or so, well, more than once a year. I play this game during the months of like September through October, just because it's thematic, and I love the ideas in the game. But I wish the tweaking of the difficulty was never in the game to begin with. And alas, I cannot mod this out of the game. It is part of the game engine, and I tried to even access that to tweak the game, and I can't do that either. The tools required to do it, you would need Adobe Director, and I cannot acquire this program. I can't even pay for it, and I was willing to spend quite a bit of money. Like, we're talking upwards to $450 bucks, so I could get it, and I could add my own things to Armageddon Empires, so I could tweak this game and Solium Infernum. I love the ideas that Vic Davis has had, and I liked all of Cryptic Comic Games. But there were some things I really wanted to mod. Alas, Adobe Director cannot be purchased, and to my knowledge, nothing else can actually alter these game engine files. That is it. Alright, that's enough babbling. Let's try to get ourselves out of this horrible shrine area and move on. Oh! Interesting. And the door is not locked if you open it from this side. It was locked with, I think, a secret door, which was a little too difficult for us to get through last time. I don't think I made it to the refrigerator yet, right? We did not. Alright. So, let's go ahead and... Oh, well, hold on a second. Instead of doubling all the way back through this, we could. We could go upstairs to the attic. It's pretty early on. We're 3 tokens in. The attic is... Well, the attic's a step below the basement in terms of difficulty, but it's tougher than the second floor, and it's tougher than outside. So... No, we might take the attic back to this area after we investigate more of the second floor first. Ooh, and I feel like I have to use the bathroom, everyone, so there may be an awkward cut here that happens really soon. The haunting manifests itself as a dim ball of light. It has no sense of its previous life or existence. It wanders hopelessly lost. You should exercise caution. These haunts cannot be reasoned with, and they can be lethal if disturbed. It's getting tougher and tougher for us to destroy the ghosts. but it's still better than if we get her. So let's try this. You decide to use your psychic talents to dispel the ghost and send it to the spirit world. It will most likely resist. How's our hand looking? 2 face cards, that's good. Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, a bunch of other wand cards as well. Remember, everyone, as well, that I like saying what I get out loud. I know you guys might be watching, but in the instance when you are not watching, I know some people like listening to my videos in the background. Maybe me mentioning my hand will be enough that someone might minimize what they're doing to just stare at what happens during an encounter. I often watch some other people's videos. I have them on the background while I'm playing other games. Ooh, nice! The Knight of Wands has shown up, and we have the Queen of Wands to take it, allowing us to beat this challenge, just like that. You engage in a psychic duel with a ghost. It turns its mindless anger and desperation against you, but you prevail. You feel that whatever it was before would thank you for the peace you gave it. Here's the way down. There's probably a hole in the floor in this room. I'll think about that one. Let's search this master bedroom first. You see the figure of a woman silhouetted against the wall. You call out, "Who's there?" but get no response. You almost wonder if it might be a mannequin of some sort. A sudden chill envelops you as you step closer. The shape shifts and turns to face you, revealing the outlines of smoky wings that unfold and then flit in and out of the darkness. Your eyes wide in disbelief as you confront what is obviously a winged woman of some sort. You think it must be a succubus. Your mind strains to comprehend the demonic creature that stands before you. I'm not yet worried about horror checks too much. To my knowledge, you cannot be driven insane, but with an automatic insanity card through them. And as such, I tend not to look at my hand very much when it comes to horror checks, at least not with Dr. Whom, who probably will not struggle for most horror checks in this game. It'll only be when we reach the basement and then have to destroy the shrines to the various demigods that will prove to be horrific for us. You see things far worse than this. Yes, you decide this is most surely a succubus. Remember your odd training in dealing with minor demonics. You must be on your toes here. She will try and manipulate you into doing something rash, no doubt. She looks upon you with the saddest eyes that you think you have ever seen. See, she seems to want to speak with you. So, normally, I don't go outside. And as such, I normally will either run and never engage this creature again because she's difficult to defeat. She's, as you can see, a 13 difficulty or a 10 difficulty. So she's somewhat tough to fight. But she is the third part of the witch's quest. And having done this quest only once before, she is Fall from Grace, the succubi from the Planescape Torment game. She is not an evil succubi. She is actually a good one. And now I feel extra bad for all the times I've killed her. And I must... Oh. Alright. Oh, let's keep going. You don't want to know, everyone. I talk about it, but trust me, it's not... You don't want to know. Alright, so... You cannot just walk away from her, by the way. You have to summon the strength to flee. And of course, the game is making this a little tough, actually a lot tougher for us. Because normally, I think the chance to flee is like a 7 or so. Because the game doesn't want it to be easy, because of our stats, the game is, I'm pretty sure, making this extremely difficult for us. You will yourself to turn and run. Come on, swords. We need a swords up there if we want to win. You try to turn and run, but you are simply unable to move your legs. Overwhelming and fear instilled by some type of sorcery holds you in place. Let's pray we don't lose courage. That's another thing about fleeing. it's so punishing compared to any of the other results. That, well, actually, it's not. But normally I would expect to lose sanity or life. But fleeing an encounter, you got a chance to lose courage. And if you're playing a runaway character, it's really hard to actually gain courage because you're constantly fleeing. Let's just fail this, because we've got 3 aces, a 2, and a 3. Oh, game. Okay, there we go. And I think I'm just going to not even bother flipping cards. The chance of you gaining anything from a successful flee is like 0.001%. It's practically non-existent. And in almost every instance, I feel better if I just say, nope, who cares? We're not going to win anything. And if you do win something, odds are it's just going to be like 1 sanity. This might have the wrench in it, but I cannot guarantee we will be able to successfully evade the succubi. So we're just going to have to leave her here at the moment. You look down and see a dissected. Wow, desiccated. Look at you, Tim. Look at you. All this time sighing, taking notes down there on your book about misspelled words, and you can't even say desiccated. There we go. Remains of 4 humans littering the ground. Judging by the positions of the skeletons, it looks like they were trying to run away from something. The clothes that they wore are now mostly rags, but they must have been in very bright pastels, which you find unusual. Nearby is the skeleton of a dog. I guess it's a mystery as to what happened to them. This is a nice picture. And I have to stop really quick to interrupt myself to say that I do complain a lot about some of the mechanics and the balance decisions of this game. But I like this game in spite of those problems. I feel the theme is good, I feel the music is fantastic, and I like the idea of what was tried in this game to the point that I'm willing to overlook some of the bad parts about it. I feel like I should also say, if I did not like this game at all, I wouldn't play it. I would play something else this year, for example. If I was like, no, Occult Chronicles is terrible. It's not a terrible game, but it does have problems, I feel, or rather, it has issues that keep me from liking it as much as, say, Armageddon Empires, or other games I've played. But I do like this game. There you have it. Alright, let's search the bodies. Or do I want to wait on this? There's a chance we could get some decent stuff from it. If I can level my wands and pentacles 1 more time each, that would help. We don't have to search it quite yet. We'll leave them there. The attic. You come across a desiccated body leaning up against a wall. It was dragging a cloth bag of valuables along with it. This poor soul chose the wrong house to burgle. How'd he get this far? Yeah, how did he get this far? This house murders everybody. Surprised it wasn't just half of him here. This must be the body of which the haunted armor spoke. You see a decaying satchel of thieves' tools and loot gripped in a skeletal hand. It's a perception challenge, so we gain some scrying. Let's take the 2 now with our 9. That way, if we drew a Pentacles that was a face card, we wouldn't be forced to use it there. We can keep playing. Let's see what we get. Take the knight with the queen. Take that knight with this queen. You rummage through the corpse's pockets and possessions and find nothing. Staring down at what is left of the desiccated remains, a thought suddenly occurs to you. You cut open the corpse's stomach and search around. There it is. You pick it up. It glows eerily in the darkness. Oh, I thought for sure we gained a pearl item. I thought there was an item there that we would have gained that goes into our inventory that actually negatively affects us until we can get rid of it. Oh, there's some writing there. That's safe upside down. But I can't read whatever... Not? Not is underlined. Not safe. But I can't read the other text. Looking for that other clue token. There usually is one on this, another one on this floor. You see a locked wooden door. There's a worn keyhole right where it belongs, but no sign of a key anywhere. You examine the lock mechanism and decide that you just might know how to finesse it open. Well, if we have pentacles, we'll do it. The king. I don't want to fail this challenge. Early on, I don't mind, but at this stage of the game, I'm mostly worried about ill omens. And I don't want to lose the amount... that's a shame. The amount of luck that I've managed to acquire so far. The lock opens. You were just as talented with the lock as you thought. The mechanism clicks, and you turn the knob to open the door. Oh my god! I'm sorry, I didn't read this. Roll 1 bone and discard your hand, and then redraw your hand. Then add a random face card from the deck to your hand. That's a, we have crap, give me something useful. Touch of Pericles. Roll 1 bone and then select X non-face cards in your hand, and then switch them randomly with the X not revealed trick cards, where X is the number of pentacles rolled. Then draw a card. Oh, that is also really useful. We basically could take... We could select, like, low number cards and put them up as tricks. Because we switched them. Let's take... let's take Touch of Paralysis. We'll go for Pentacles next. You see a section of wall whose plaster long ago began to peel away. However, something doesn't seem quite right. Your eyes catch the faintest glimmer of reflected light from some pattern on the wall. You can swear that you hear the faint beating of a heart. Suddenly, you realize that the wall is weeping blood, and then you feel the unspeakable evil presence try to embrace you. You struggle to maintain your composure as you feel a building desire to scream grab a hold of you. The blood trickles down the wall, and the patterns sicken you. But the real danger here is something buried within the wall. It's evil, and it's reaching out to you. You must fight. Keep your sanity. I'll risk holding on to my Knight of Swords a little longer. We have a Pentacle card. We have 2 of them. Oh, good thing I did hold on to you. That let me win the game. We're going to talk about a little bit more balance about the game right now, everyone. Something that I wish happened was that this tableau here was a little bigger, so we could have more trick cards placed on the board. Because I think this game would be better if you got like a default of +3 tricks, because then you could actually maybe decide, like, do I want to hold on to the Knight of Swords or play it? I only begin making choices like that if there's at least, like, 7 tricks on the board. Otherwise, if I flip over, like, an early Swords and there's only 2 other cards, I'm playing the Knight, because I can't afford to risk not being able to gain the points. I wish there was some way to make the... how should I describe it? How can I say this? I wish there was a way that this game would offer you a greater variance in how you play it. I say you, but I guess I mean me. Having played this game for a few hundred hours, there's I'm kind of used to playing this game automatically, flipping over a trick, immediately playing the card in my hand that can take it, because I just don't have the hand draw and or I don't have the tricks available to make any other decision than that. Anyway, sorry about that. Your will is stronger than the evil embedded in the wall. You fight back the building urge to scream in panic, and then relax as you master your fears. The wall weeps blood in pulsing rivulets. You can hear the faint beating sound, or perhaps you are merely imagining it. It mixes with the broken plaster and pools at the base of the wall, draining slowly between the cracks in the floor. You notice a large gash that seems like a laceration. There is something evil and malign pulsing within the wall. Some eldritch sorcery has left its taint here as well. You should proceed with caution. So, we're going to come back for this, because we have a bathroom here that we either pick the lock first to get into. Seems you overestimated your ability to master this mechanism. Scratch your head in dismay. I tried adding a magical way to open these doors, and while the encounter works, it does not remove the door. Like, it doesn't open the door, and it was such a shame, because I really liked having a different way to open the locks. It involved magic, pentacles, wands, and pentacles. I went in the bathroom. We've got a lock. Okay, that was very nice. You have to get through this door. The lock opens. You were just as talented with the lock as you thought. The mechanism clicks and you turn the knob to open the door. It occurs to me this answer, you could replace the lock opens with the lock refuses to open. You are just as talented with the lock as you thought. Come on, Aura. Okay, if there was a wrench in this room, I wanted to not have the heart before I tried that encounter. You realize immediately that this is the weeping wall of which the bas-relief face spoke. You force back your feelings of unease and thrust your hand into a large bloody rent in the wall and search for the heart within. Okay. We can definitely take the 2, we can definitely take the 10 that we see here. So let's flip over other cards first. There's an ace. We'll play our page. And now, since I'm nervous that we may end up getting a king or queen, and since, well, the page or knight would take the 10, we'll take the 10. What I mean there is that I think I've tried to describe this before. The only reason not to play the knight on a number card is if you suspect that the page might be up there instead. If, in this case, we had the page already, the page would take any number card, and can't take anything better. So, because we played the page, the knight now holds the same position as the page does. Play it on any number card that is high, if possible, especially because we don't have anything else. So, on the off chance one of these is the queen or king of swords, it's best for me to play the knight immediately here. Not that I have a choice anyway, because it's the only sword card I had. But if I had another one, I'd still play the knight at this point. You guide your hand deeper and deeper into the wall until you are well past your elbow. You try and feel for the rhythmic vibration of the heart and move your hand towards it. Towards hit? Did I write this down already? Let's see. Bloody wall equals hit. No. It. Okay. Suddenly you feel something hard and crystal-like. You utter the words of release, and then grab it and wrench it free. Yeah, -1 cups penalty as long as we hold the black heart in our hand. 5 courage! That was very nice. That will refill thoughts acquire speed, or whatever it is. 9 courage! Even better. Flash of genius. There it is. 5 points there. 3 points here. I kind of wish there was a small chance, again, that you could pick up a little bit of courage whenever you want a challenge instead of so much sanity and life. I could add, that's actually something I can change. We're going to go downstairs next. Because here is the bas relief and we have the heart. I want to immediately turn this in, because I do not want to carry that heart around. It's kind of out of the way, but we're still going to do it. -1 cups hurts us when it comes to fleeing, when it comes to some sorceries, and when it comes to evading traps. The bas relief face seems to almost be smiling at you, and it makes you uneasy. The smile belies the agony that it must be in. The mumbling's meaning now seems crystal clear. It wants you to seek out the wall that weeps blood and reach inside to find and free its heart. It teaches... Oh, okay, so let's go ahead and... cheat the face. So completing the quest gives us an edge, which I believe makes it so you have a small chance to gain some arcane power. Keeping the heart adds it to your inventory as a cups item, but that item gives you, I think, +1 trick and +1 draw for all challenges that involve cups as a primary challenge, which is traps. And since we're not going to have any more cups than the 5 we will have accumulated, we want that heart. You feel the eldritch sorcery coursing through the heart like it really is pumping energy somewhere. You have an odd idea that you may be able to break the bond it has with the bas relief face and claim it as your own. It would undoubtedly be an artifact of great power. The severing of the link might even destroy the manifestation outright. Because it's a deception challenge, we get to scry this a bit, and I like what we see. So we can flipping over other cards first. We'll play our queen to guarantee the victory. I thought this was actually a different symbol. I thought that was also pentacles. Well, we've won without too much trouble. You grip the heart in your hand and hold it up in front of the bas relief face. It realizes your intent, but it is too late. You speak the oath of conversion that you recall from your knowledge of eldritch lore. The face screams in agony, and you swear you hear it, curse you, and demand revenge as the energy is drained from it, and the stone face grows cold and empty. And I totally, for some reason, thought the sentence was structured a different way there. But we recovered! We recovered. We have gained the black heart. At the beginning of... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought this was traps. This is completely different. At the beginning of any horror challenge, 2 random tricks are placed on the board in a scried, visible state. So that was a mistake. I think I wanted the edge then instead. I'm thinking of something different. I wonder what that object was then. Well, horror challenges should not be a challenge at all for us anymore, and it's more scrying, which fits in well with our character, because that's what we're all about. I don't think we got the... We didn't find this, did we? We did not. Did we destroy that? I don't think we did either. No. We didn't find the knife yet. Oh, sorry, we found the knife. We have yet to complete it. A zombie emerges from a body bag. The undead creature lumbers towards you. You know exactly what it intends. At this point, it is fight or flee. You'd better hope the rest of those bags don't start moving. Remember, everyone, again, that normally only attacking it or fleeing it are available. I added use sorcery and engage in a psychic duel. So let's use sorcery. Zombies are pretty much decayed people, so the wither spell should be able to accelerate the process, reducing it to dust. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Decayed people. Oh, I see. I meant accelerate the decaying process. Okay. You haven't tried it on zombies very often. I should probably remove that last sentence. We can use Lemurian Fire or Touch of Paralysis, but I think we will be okay without using those spells. We have a bunch of high number cards, another queen, and a page. spell risk that weirds a 9 or a 10 up here. Now I'm not so sure, having flipped over all those cards, and we'll play the page. And there wasn't. Good thing I did what I did. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Let's go for a spell edge next. Oh, wait a second. Wow! Athletic Specialists gives you a talisman edge? That's really nice. So, no, we'll talk about that later. Let's keep going. Don't I have to destroy that statue? We have the pearl for this. The statue is for the talking heads. We haven't found the talking heads yet. We do have the vase, so I guess since we're here, we may as well get that done. The face swirls around the interior of the vase, illuminated from within by a ghostly blue energy. The silent scream still echoes in your ears, or perhaps only your imagination. This is the child that the ethereal woman in the mirror is seeking. You decide to use the release incantation that was taught to you and free the child. Now notice that in this instance, notice that difficulty is just a 4. The game did not adjust the difficulty for freeing the child. I believe it normally is a 4. But for the rest of these, at least for destroying the vase, it made it much tougher if you want to do that. Oh, I didn't read that. Something about chanting it, and we should be able to free the child if we do so. This is the... Because we have Braveheart, that will reduce the amount of courage this costs by 1. So we should be able to use Flash of Genius for free. Let's get in the habit of doing so. Whichever one we pick, if it is a face card, we will earn 10 points because we rolled a 5 times 2, and then we get to draw a card. But it must be a face card. Okay, so nothing. Didn't earn any special points. We did draw a card of some sort. I don't know which one we drew, though. I'm willing to hold on to our King of Wands for slightly longer. We'll use them. The runes etched on the lid glow with power and then fade. You twist off the lid and the creature flows out of the vase. Before you object, it wraps itself around you in an aura. You must return it to its mother. We want that knife, and we want to turn in the pearl as well. Have you found the bead? The haunted suit of armor gazes expectantly at you, and you feel the anticipation in its voice. You decide to tell the armor that you have found the bead that the Subotic witch used to imprison his soul. You say that you will help free it. The haunted armor shudders in anticipation. Salvation is at hand, it tells you. It directs you to place the bead in front of it and crush it with your foot. A cloud of sickening green vapor erupts, followed by a soul-piercing howl. It was a trick. The witch lied. The armor now wants to follow you until it can extract its revenge. +1 swords. If you fail a combat challenge, this card blocks 1 health loss point from being applied to your character after the results phase has finished, while this card is in your inventory. and it weighs no pounds. Basically, the suit of armor is just following us around. High Priestess. Remove all wound and impairment cards from your inventories after this card is used to take a trick. She is amazing. The Kraken. Another water talisman. 7% chance to appear, 7% release chance. Edge upgrade! +1 to an edge. Wow, that was very nice. What do we want? I think we'll take another Sense Danger, which will put a second card in a scryed state for all evaded traps. We're going back to the main menu because that was amazing. And this way the game saves itself. Unlike most other roguelikes, this game in Reaper mode only doesn't save after everything you do. It only saves when you quit the game. Or rather, I'm sorry, when you go back to the main menu. So, you get something really bad that happens to you, and you're playing Reaper, and you're like, no, game. You can Alt F4. I can do it. Alright, we want that knife. I think we did we kill the oven? We did. It's actually been close to 5 days, everyone, since I last recorded the game, so I have to remember what I've done and what I haven't done. And there's the refrigerator, we want that too. You gaze down at the knife, but try to keep your gaze from locking on to the mesmerizing eyes within the blade. You feel an oppressive presence in the room with you. The knife radiates pure evil. You resolve to approach this artifact with caution, and wonder how many throats this thing has slit. Communicating with something like this is always dangerous. There is no telling how powerful this possessed knife really is. You decide to risk it, and enter a trance. I have thought, everyone, about making Master the Knife give you a knife as a weapon, a dagger. Because it doesn't. It just gives you just normal loot. And it doesn't, I think this completes the quest only if you have gotten the quest from the Ghostly Chef's message. In any case, I wouldn't mind having alternative options for all these encounters, but that's something we can do later. Communicating with something like this is always dangerous. There is no telling how powerful this possessed knife really is. You decide to risk it and enter into a trance. And I see lots of cups up there, and I have lots of cups in my hand, so we can wait. We can wait. I'll play a... Since I have other high-level pentacle cards in my hand, again, do I think the page is up here? Because that's the only reason to hold on to the knight, and I don't think he is. We'll play the knight. Okay. Since there might be a King of Wands up here, I'm going to just play my other wand cards now. You enter a trance and are immediately assaulted with the desire to harm yourself. Before you know it, the blade is in your hand, but you fight back and make it listen to your commands. The knife obeys. It will return to the chef shortly. Wish there was a way you could... Oh... Sorry, I just thought of something. It'd be neat if you didn't actually earn any experience... The chance to earn experience points was lower. And instead, you could convert sanity or life into experience points. That way you'd have to carefully balance your survivability with increased power in the game. That'd be really neat. You could still earn experience points for encounters, but it would be, like, I'd say 50% of what it currently is for odds. So you'd be encouraged to spend your sanity in life. I like that idea. But there's nothing I can do about that. Alright. You decide to tell the ghostly baker that his oven is now clean and ready for use. Maybe this will put him at peace. You cleaned it, you say? Well, that's great news. I'll make sure you get a little something if there's any donuts left over. Without a word, the ghostly baker vanishes. The Cyclone. Air talisman. Hierophant. Immediately gained 2 to 12 sanity points after this card is used to take a trick. Nice, we're getting more Arcana cards. She's not that useful, especially not for us, because we generally will not be losing sanity very often. However, she is an Arcana card, and that means she is very powerful. I love... See, I'm going to talk about the game a little more. This is one thing I love about this game, are things like the Magician, which is, it's a powerful card. It lets you win a challenge. But, oh, it also gives you 2 pentacles, so you really, really don't want to spend it. As opposed to the Fool, which you want to spend, because five experience tokens, oh my god, that's amazing, but you might really want to hold on to it to win a challenge that's really tough, so... Speaking of that, I should remember that card's there, because we are going to run out of experience points being able to spend it all too soon. The house seems possessed by some psychic entity that can alter the physical aspects of the materials that compose the house itself. It wants you out, and it seems intent on enforcing its demand. You tell yourself to be careful. This thing can probably not only swallow you whole, it can most likely also lobotomize you with a psychic attack. So, remember everyone that you only have to pass a horror check the first time you have that encounter. For most of the question mark encounters, that means the first time you bump into it. For random encounters, it means the first time you encounter it, and ever since then, you no longer have to make it. I really feel that in this instance, though, I think this would require a horror check every single time the house opens a mouth and tries to eat me. And Jesus Christ, look at that difficulty spike. So I'm pretty sure 10s are normal. So this one's like, nah, I'm gonna up it by 5 points. You can handle that, can't you? We can actually handle that. These are all interesting. Let me describe what's going through my mind. If we attack the mouth and we win, there's a good chance we will earn life as a reward. Here, these are most likely just going to be sanity. Although we have a higher chance to win, I think I'll risk once attacking the mouth. You'll need to damage the mouth enough that it can't do anything but gum you to death. With a large amount of psychic energy emanating from it, the effort may prove futile, but you like the direct approach, and it's the best thing you can think of right now. We have high number cards, and a King of Pentacles and a Knight of Pentacles. So this won't help us, because we actually have a good hand. The only card I want to put up there would be the 5 of Pentacles. We have our Wembley Mark 6, but we'll hold on to that. Let's look in flipping cards. And there's a 3 of Pentacles. The problem is that we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 Pentacles. That's the 5th Pentacle. I'm going to spend our King and believe that the Queen is not up here, and I really want to win this challenge. Oh, that's really nice. We'll spend our Knight. Wow! We'll take the 6. Let's use our Mark 6. Give us a 10. That was pretty nice. We don't need to use that card either. Alright, let's go ahead and win. You chip away at the teeth and fight off several long tongue-like tentacles that try to pull you in. Eventually, you manage to subdue it, and the psychic energy fades away, leaving you only a damaged, gaping hole. You don't think they'll be able to just wallpaper over it. That is the whole reason why we fought it. That was very nice, huh? 5 life, 3 experience, and 5 bullets. The bullets makes up for the 2 we fired. The experience we will put to good use. Sorry, I'm just reading these. So we have a card which is take cards from our hand and replace them with cards that are out there. And we have another one which is... Okay, hold on. We have... One of our spells is select all non-face cards. Select non-face cards in their hand, and we can put them out as... Swap them with random trick cards. We've got a card that says discard all revealed... not matched or matched trick cards, and remove them all, I think. So Eldritch Lord, Eldritch Magus aren't going to help us. We could take Eldritch Meta Magic. We have two Eldritch cards which are used in combat challenges, so this would make it a little easier for us to use magic. We could gain extra unrevealed trick cards with Words of Power for all combat challenges that would involve spells. We could use our spells more often. We could select X additional cards, but this also doesn't help us. So... let's take Words of Power. I normally would not choose this. I'd choose Meta Magic, but I'm being a little weird with Doctor Whom. If we have 2 or more spell cards of the Eldritch subtype in our inventory, and they are eligible for use in the challenge, X additional unrevealed tricks are placed on the board, max of 10, at the start of the challenge, where X is the level of the edge. I know this game as well gets a lot of flack for how much reading's involved with all of the trick cards and the edges and stuff like that, but I like it. I think Vic's done a good job of trying to explain how the spells, feats, and everything else like of that sort work. It's tricky because there's so many options that you can become overwhelmed with remembering what you have, but let's go for a Talisman Edge next. I'm interested in picking up something that affects our water talismans, because we have 2 of them. And, in particular, I know there's a Talisman Edge, which is you gain +1 cups for each talisman you possess of the associated element. In this case, we'd pick up +2 cups for our 2 water talismans. Rows of neatly stacked transparent jars and specimen dishes containing organs... Oh, we already read this. Find the boffin juice and then switch its label with something else to sabotage Benway's experiment. Oh, this is bad. We can't. I can't match either of those cards that are on the board. The good news is that means that I simply won't select them. Oh! That was lucky. An ace showing up as a trick, and we had the 2 to take it. Wow, we weren't able to use our queen or any of our cups. This was an entire swords and wands hand up there. Trick deck, basically. We carefully peel off the labels and switch them. Boffin juice is now, in reality, arc spore juice. That should throw a monkey wrench into the works. And by far and away, the best thing for us to take would be Cup of Water. Any water talisman that you possess grants you +1 cups in addition to any other bonus that it might provide. And now we have 7 cups. That's amazing! That's amazing. We might grab another Talisman Edge and take something which reduces the release chance of these. I think that's what we'll do next. Or we could take something that, like, we could take, was Cups of Water. We could take Air of Swords, which would give us +1 more swords for having this 1 talisman. But I won't do that unless I get another swords talisman. Otherwise, I really would not mind having the chance of these hanging around after I use them. Alright, I've been babbling way too much. So, we've got a few quests completed. We can't interact with any of the other ones of these. We have the attic that's basically left, and we have an area down here we haven't fully explored. So since we're down here, we'll explore more of this, I think. You feel your foot press down on the pressure plate, and then hear the click as the tablets hit the pan of acid. A cloud of poisonous gas erupts from the floor beneath you. You notice that the gas is rising in the cloud as if it was being shot upward. You decide to cover your mouth and hit the deck to get out of the way. We can't do anything about that Four of Pentacles. That we have nothing that can handle that. And we can't handle the Seven of Wands either. We do know that Calm Sidestep won't help us with these either, because those aren't face cards. Let's use Calm Sidestep to start, because it should be free. If we select a face card, we'll earn 2 points, and no matter what happens, we draw a card. Okay, well. I have to deal with the ace now as well. It's a waste, but it's not. We're going to play our King of Swords, because that will give us 6 points, and we can win the challenge. I'm a little nervous because I can't do anything about these 2 cards, which means I only have 6 tricks left. Okay. And we would have won the challenge anyway. Ooh. And we would have actually been taking that Queen of Swords. Looks like I made the wrong decision. Your quick thinking keeps you out of the poison glass. The poison glass cloud. Jesus, that would be terrible. You see rows and rows of books. Most of the material is quite pedestrian, and what would you expect to find in the library of a large estate like this. However, occasionally, you come across an item that is more esoteric, and you wonder what secrets and knowledge might be hidden here. You'll never know unless you look, of course. You decide to inspect the bookshelf more closely. You scan over the titles and occasionally pull out a volume to get a better look. Oh, the King of Pentacles is here, but guess what, King of Pentacles? You're worth 10 points to us. Bam. Even though I can't do anything about you, you can have my 6. That's still nice to be able to... This is why I like Scry. When we have a feat like that, or a spell like that, oh, it's so nice to see a card you can't do anything about, but we can earn 10 points on it. Alright. We have a 2 of Cups. We'll leave it there at the moment. Now we'll take it. I'm going to play risky, and we'll use the page. That was a waste. All right. But we're still 17 over. Is that right? 17 over? 17 over, I think. We're going to get the max amount of draw anyway. Your eyes come to a stop at the spine of the very old book. You carefully pull it from the stack. Yes! You have found what you are searching for. Oh, this is part of the quest. Okay. Well, then we'll go back and talk to the witches. You find that you can draw some strength from the scant positive psychic energy that has been attracted to this location. All challenges that involve cups as the primary suit receive a -1 modifier to the number of target trick points required to need the challenge while the story icon is active. So traps are a little easier to get past. Well, normally I would call the session, but I'm gonna go first over here and turn this quest in to the witches, and then we'll call the session. On that note, everyone, I don't plan on recording the next one of these until this one goes up, so I have a question for you. The witches will eventually want us to defeat Fall from Grace, the succubi we saw before. we don't have to. Fall from Grace will offer us a quest to go back and defeat the witches. What should we do? Should we side with the witches? Or should we side with Fall from Grace? Let me know in the comment section, and we will do what you guys suggest. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up straight as the psychic energy in the hallway spikes suddenly. You look around frantically, wondering what could be causing it. You feel an evil presence growing quickly. A voice speaks into your head. Get out! Suddenly, the wall next to you seems to form a gigantic mouth with jagged teeth, and you recoil in terror. You can feel the psychic energy of an evil entity gathered up and embodied in the gaping maw that occupies the center of the wall. It is truly terrifying. Look at that picture. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. That is amazing. I see a 10 of wands. We've got a page. I see a 7 of wands. We have a 9. So we've won the horror challenge. I'll hold on to my queen. Since I've won the challenge, can afford to play a little risky. You've been asked to leave better joints than this, and it never ends well. I almost always select, like, this card. I'm trying to stop myself from doing that. The house itself seems possessed by some psychic entity that can alter the physical aspects of the house itself. It wants you out, and it seems intent on enforcing its demand. You tell yourself to be careful. This thing can probably not only swallow you whole, it can most likely also lobotomize you with a psychic attack. Oh, wow, nice. So this is a little easier, thanks to our one edge we took. 11 tricks. Now, that's interesting, because you can never have 11 tricks. You can only have 10. Oh, I don't like target 9. But getting more life could be useful, but I think instead we will use sorcery to dispel the mouth. Yahanathle incantation should do the trick. If you release the energy from the incantation correctly, you should be able to both eliminate this local manifestation of the possession and perhaps even sting the evil entity a bit. Okay, that's not a terrible hand. I've had much better. But a King of Cups, a Queen of Cups, and a Page of Pentacles. That gives us something. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Touch of Paralysis. Let's use this, shall we? Roll 1 bone, and then select X non-face cards in your hand, and then switch them randomly with X not revealed trick cards, where X is the number of pentacles rolled. Then, draw a card. You rolled less than or equal to our pentacles attribute. 1 point was blocked. Okay. I don't quite know what that means. Select X non-face cards. We get to select 3 cards. We're definitely choosing the 2, because I want to use these cards. We'll choose a 5, because I have a 6. We'll choose a 4 as well, because I have an 8. And we drew a card, but it was another, I think it was this 4 of swords, I think. This requires us having revealed face cards on the board, and this isn't used for combat. Holy wands. Alright, there's a... This is one of my cards I put out here. We'll take it with the page to guarantee we win the combat. Although that's not what wasn't really required. Holy crap, the wands out here. That's a lot of wands out there. Let's go ahead and take this and use our other king. I mean, I knew we were going to win because of the swap I did. But wow, it's a lot of wands. And I don't need to use Lemurian Fire, so we're not going to hold on to our energy. You start the incantation and feel immediate resistance. You fight through it, and soon your sorcery overwhelms the barriers that the evil entity attempts to erect. The mouth is sealed, and you have also managed to irritate the house considerably. Hopefully, it won't come back to haunt you. Come on, Arcane Energy. Arcane Energy. Arcane Energy. Nothing. Well, none of that, at least. Wands. Alright, ladies. We are coming back to turn in this quest. The witches cackle and fix their gazes upon you with their green glowing eyes. Okay, let's complete the quest. You decide to give the witches the book. Again, the three witches fix their glowing green gazes upon you, and in perfect orchestrated reply, alternate words speaking this message. Well done, mortal. I will not oppose you, as long as you do not harm or interfere with my three heralds here. I have other tasks I would ask of you, but our bargain is complete, if you so wish. Visions of the Dreamer. We earned a spell from this. We'll take a look at that in a bit. It is an eldritch spell, which is also very nice. The Chariot. Your successful fleet challenges are converted automatically into evasions, allowing you to stay in the location where the challenge occurred, while this card is in your inventory. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. The three Sumerian witches continue their ritual. You sense that the presence of the horned god has grown stronger. You step forward to try to bring the three Sumerian, I can't pronounce that, is that right? Sarnunian witches out of the ritual chant, which they now seem to have begun. Well, flash of genius. We'll earn 12 points for this. Bam! Just flip her over. The bad news about that is now I have to use the page. I should have taken the 4 first with the page and then use that flash of genius. Because I don't think we drew another Pentacles card. Yeah, so slight misplay there on my part. I don't need to use, I think, anything else, right? What does this do? Roll 1 bone and select a face card in your hand and swap it with any played card to take a trick, regardless of suit. Then draw X cards. You know what? We're gonna use it just so I understand how it works with you guys. But I have to select the face card is what it said in hand, right? So let's hold off at the moment. Oh, is that the way that works? So hold on, everyone. Let's try this. I don't think I've ever used this before. Roll 1 bone and select a face card in your hand and swap it with any played card to take a trick, regardless of suit. Then draw X cards, where X is the number of Pentacles rolls divided by 2. If you do not roll less than or equal to your modified Pentacles attribute, then you take damage equal to the difference between the two. Wound symbols rolled count their numeric value towards the die roll, as well as supply that amount of mandatory additional wounds. You roll less than or equal to your Pentacles attribute. 1 point was blocked. So I can only select this. And I can take this card. Oh! That wasn't okay. That wasn't all what I thought it would do. I thought we would gain the points for this card. We did not. So we used our Page of Wands on the Queen of Pentacles, which freed up our Page of Pentacles back in our hand, which then we can use on the 3, and the card we drew on the 4. Oh, good to know. Good to know that's how that works. I thought when it said take a trick, I thought that would mean we would earn the points for it. Now I see that's not the case. Good, mortal. You have decided to hear my offer. Listen carefully. Once again, the three Sumerian witches stopped their stirring and chanting and locked their 3 glowing green gazes upon you. This time they speak in unison. A herald of another god slumbers here, the Green Man, Pan's herald, and intends to stand in your and my way. Dispose of it for me, and you will be rewarded. Okay, everyone. So one more time, let me know in the comments if we're going to side with the witches or we're going to side with Fall from Grace. We need to find that other encounter. I'm thinking it's probably not out here. by the way. I'm babbling, I know. I should be going talk about something different, but I think this may be another outside area, and I think it's likely to be over here somewhere instead. Anyway, I'm beginning to babble. Thank you all for watching. Let's summarize this really quick. We've done very well. We've picked up 3 more Arcana cards. The High Priestess, the Hierophant, the Chariot. We have picked up 2 new spells. Touch of Paralysis, we purchased. Visions of the Dreamer, we won as a reward right here for the witches. Let's actually look at this really quick as well. Roll 1 bone, and then select and destroy X non-face revealed trick cards that have matching played cards. The played cards now become the revealed trick cards. Oh, that's amazing! Oh, wow. How about that? That's really interesting. We picked up the Black Heart to help us with, I guess, horror challenges, and we've grabbed some Haunted Armor. We also picked up some edges, which have helped our combat capabilities significantly. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.